Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And welcome to the start of our Vladimír Suchý series, where we are going to be playing through a lot of games designed by him, starting with Shipyard 2nd Edition.
Yeah, so this is technically not his first design, according to BGG. Back in, I think, 2007, he had another game that came out called The League of Six, which is a 3+ player game. So unfortunately, we won't be including that in this particular series. And we've actually chosen to play the 2nd edition of Shipyard, which came out last year, 2023, versus Shipyard, the original one, which came out in 2009.
Yeah, we figured the 2023 version will resonate more with people currently, because if you're playing Shipyard, the likelihood is that you'll be playing this version.
Possibly.
And so if you've never heard of this game before, in this game, the year is, I believe, 1870. And steamships are all the rage. So we are trying to build the fastest,
The best.
ships across the land and load them with crew and equipment and hire employees and just trying to score the most points at the end of the game. And so today, as per usual, we are going to start with a teach of the game, and then we'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough and end with a review. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, we are going to be creating a playlist with all the different Suchy games that we will be covering in the future, so be aware of that. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Shipyard. Welcome to our Shipyards. Now, before we get into the rules or move any further with the video, we do need to mention one thing, and it is that we are missing a component on our player boards. Naveen, would you care to explain?
Yeah, so when you get this game, don't throw anything away. Literally throw nothing away, because there are little brackets that look like the leftovers of punchboard that you're supposed to keep and actually double sticker to these boards to kind of house everything in. It technically doesn't do anything, so we're not missing any true components of the game, but it just keeps everything nice and neat for you.
Yes, and we just want to mention that just in case, our player boards look a little bit different. And just as an example, there are some overlay pieces on this board here, and this is something that we had to stick on. There's a lot of pieces that you have to build in this game, and that is part of it. So then, like we're mentioning, in this game, the year is 1870, and companies are racing to build these steamships so that we can be ahead of technology. And so over the course of the game, we're going to be just building ships and sending them for testing along our canals. And so this is an action selection game at its heart. The way that the game works is there are these action tiles that are laid out here. The 2-player game plays a little bit differently from the higher player count game. Right. And so as you can see here, we have one action tile that is not going to be available for our game. And on your turn, you're going to take one of your player cubes and place it on the action tile that has the action you want to take. But the first 2 turns works a little bit differently in the sense that we're always going to have our cubes on these action tiles. So we're not going to explain how the first 2 turns works. We'll just demonstrate it during the playthrough. But just so you know, the tiles should look something like this, where our cubes are already placed.
Sure, just like this. Actually, like this. All cubes should be out there.
Right.
There we go.
And again, this will make sense as we play the game. But just so you know, the action tile that has 2 of your cubes on it in a 2-player game is always going to represent the action that you took 2 turns ago. And the tile that has 1 cube is the action that you took last. Because at the start of your turn, you are going to take the action tile that has 2 cubes on it, so the one that you took 2 turns ago, and you're going to move it to the front of the line here. And that's going to cause this wheel to turn. This is going to keep track of the timing of our game, as you'll see. Now, the 2 cubes that you remove from the tile, one of them is going to go on the tile that has 1 cube, so that is now signaling 2 turns ago. And the cube that you have left over is the one you're going to use this turn to select an action. And the game will sort of flow like that, with us just taking turns placing action tiles to the front in a sort of cyclical manner. So then, with your 1 cube, you're going to choose an action to take. And when choosing an action, you cannot choose the tile that you just placed at the very end. You also cannot choose any tiles that already have cubes on them, which means in a 2-player game, you'll always have the choice between 3 available tiles.
Right.
And after choosing, so let's just say I place my cube here, you'll then collect income in the form of guilders. This is the currency in the game. And basically for each action tile that you have to the right of you that has at least 1 player cube on it, and it doesn't matter whose cubes it belongs to, it can be your own, you'll gain 1 guilder for each. So if I were to choose this action tile, then I would gain 3 guilders as my income. Then you take the action that's depicted on the tile itself. And it's important to keep in mind that you also cannot choose an action tile that you can't actually take. So you must be able to perform these actions. You can't just block them off. During this part of your turn, you can also optionally spend 6 guilders to take a second bonus action. And that bonus action just has to be an action that's different from the one you just took. It can literally be any of the other ones.
Any of these ones, including the one that's on the far end.
Right. And that is what we are going to be wanting to save up a lot of guilders for.
Sure.
So that you can take more than one action on your turn. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the different types of actions, starting with probably the most straightforward one, which is buying ship parts.
Okay.
So that is going to be that action right there. And when taking this action, you can build up to 3 parts of your ship, minimum 1. So you must be able to build at least 1. Now, in this game, the minimum size for a completed ship is at least 1 bow and 1 stern, as well as minimum 1 middle piece. And so this is technically a completed ship. It's just a very small one. And the largest single ship that you can build is basically a bow and a stern with maximum 7 middle tiles. So that is the longest. But you can work on multiple ships at a time if you build smaller ones. And so when taking this action, you're going to purchase, tiles from the shipboard here, and the price for each piece is listed at the bottom. So it's anywhere from free, so all of these tiles would be free, up to 2 guilders per tile. Whenever you take a tile, you must place it onto your shipyard board on one of these squares. And the decision as to where you place it is actually very important, because once you place a piece on here, you can never reorder your ship tiles. And so if at the end of your turn, you actually complete a ship, you are going to be forced to send that ship down your canal, which will make sense in a second, whether or not you are prepared. So just be very vigilant about how you are constructing your ships. In addition, you'll see a number of different features on these various tiles, such as cabins or bases of things. You'll see lifeboats and buoys. And these are not just for decoration. This is how you'll be scoring points during that shakedown cruise that we keep on mentioning.
Yeah, they're going to drive most of the decisions that you're going to make in the game.
Right. And these tiles do not refill until you're done taking. And when they do refill, they'll slide down, actually. So tiles of the same type will get cheaper and will refill from the back with tiles that we have off screen. And the game also comes with this cardboard crane that you're supposed to build yourself, and you keep all of the tiles, you sort of slot them into this thing if you so choose. We chose not to. We just have them in stacks off screen, but figured we should just show that to you. All right, moving on to the next type of action. I already sort of mentioned how some aspects of the tiles are going to be very important for scoring. And the reason why is because in order to score points for your ships, you'll need to load them with equipment as well as crew members. And so this action allows you to hire crew members. In this game, there are 4 different types of crew members. They're all in this inner circle here on this board. And so you can probably tell that this circle corresponds to the circle that's on the action tile here.
Yes, we have a captain, soldier, a stoker, as well as a businessman.
That's right. And every single ship that you build is required to have at least 1 captain, or else you're not going to score points for that ship at all.
Makes sense.
And so when taking this action, you will first move the cube 1 space to the right clockwise, basically. And you can hire that crew member for free. For each additional space you'd like to move that cube, you have to pay 1 guilder. So if the cube was here and I really wanted to recruit a businessman, I would have to pay 3 guilders, because it would be 1 movement for free and then 1, 2, 3 guilders to go back there. And it's important to keep in mind that that 1 movement for free is actually required. You cannot leave the cube where it is.
The game also comes with a tray that you build.
Yes.
This is fairly useful. This holds everything together. So we have our 4 different crew and then also the different equipment that we'll be manufacturing.
Yes, and these are all the 4 different types of crew members. Now, whenever you hire crew, so you're only going to be hiring 1 by taking that action, you place all crew members to the right side of your board. And that piece that Naveen accidentally threw away is actually used to separate your resources from the rest of your board. So you can just keep them off to the side here. And they don't actually get assigned to your ship until your ship is fully built. So one thing, though, to keep in mind is that besides the captain, every additional crew member that you have on your ship must be housed. And so that is a decision that you need to make when you are choosing ship tiles to use to build your ship, because all of these white cabins here are cabins that are used for these crew members.
That's where they stay.
That's where they stay, with the exception of the Stoker. For some reason, they have their own special type of cabin, which is blue.
Yep.
So it matches the color of the Stoker tile, but Stokers are not allowed to be housed on the white cabins.
So again, your captain, your first captain,
Yes.
Does not require a place to be housed.
Correct. But if you do hire a second captain, they just become an officer,
Yep.
and they will need a cabin. So that is essentially it for that action. In addition to crew members, I also mentioned that we are going to need to purchase equipment. And so that is the next type of action, and it has to do with the ring that is just on the outer circle next to the crew members.
Yeah, so it's the white ring that's depicted on our action selection board.
Yes, and the procedures for that action works the exact same way as hiring crew, in the sense that you must move the cube and you can pay guilders to move it additional spaces, and you're going to be taking one piece of equipment that is shown. So it's going to be either a smokestack or a crane, a sail, or a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all the different types of equipment will either work towards increasing your speed or just scoring you more points, as you'll see. But similar to the crew members, they also need a thing on your ship to house them. So there are three main types of housing structures.
Mm-hmm.
For the cranes and just the cranes, actually, they need this green base. So the bottom of the crane, when you take it from the supply, matches the base that it's required to have. So similar to the crew members, whenever you take these, they'll just go off to the side of your board until your ship is done being built.
Yep.
But if you don't have one of those, then you cannot place the crane on it. So same thing with the blue base. That is for cannons. The one exception is this specific base here that can be used for both a smokestack as well as a sail.
Yep.
And I imagine the reason why is because they do similar things. Like the smokestack and the sail help to increase your ship's speed. So they can both be housed on that particular platform.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is essentially it for equipment.
So going back to building your ships, you're trying to figure out, which ship pieces are you going to need with the equipment that you're trying to house on it so that you can score points and speed up your boats.
Right. Now, the last type of hireable aspect on this wheel here are employees, which are different from crew members. Employees are these tiles that are on the outside of the ring.
Right.
And it actually corresponds to this ring out here.
This action.
And that action tile. So similar to hiring crew members and taking equipment, this must move one space to the right when you are taking this action, and you can also pay guilders to move it additional spaces. Mm-hmm. And wherever the cube lands, you can choose one of the employees that are in that specific depot. So there's up to 3 tiles. These will not refill. These are what we are using for the game. Mm-hmm. And they'll basically just give us an ongoing ability. Some tiles will also score us points at the end of the game. There's a little anchor symbol at the bottom left-hand corner there. And these tiles in particular have a level 1 and a level 2 to them. And it's important to keep in mind that the level 2s can only be acquired by whoever takes the level 1 of that specific tile.
Yep.
So we'll be discussing what these tiles do as we play the game and as we acquire them. But another thing to note is that some tiles, such as this one, require you to spend a guilder when taking them. So
in order to acquire that tile, you have to spend 1 guilder versus the ones that don't have it. Those are free.
Yes. Now you may be wondering, how do you acquire more money? And so the next type of action allows you to take these commodity tiles, which you can exchange for certain things as well as guilders. Now, when taking that specific action, that allows you to take a commodity tile. Each player will start the game with a commodity tile that shows all 3 different types of commodities in the game. Now, I couldn't find in the rulebook what these are all called, so we just call them coal,
fabric of some sort, and why not wheat?
And wheat. Let's go with wheat. Okay, so these are the commodity tiles that you can purchase, and the price is listed on just like the ship tiles. Mm-hmm. And same thing, they slide down and will refill from this end. Now, in order to exchange the commodities, you'll need to take this action over here. And that has to do with this part of the ring. This is the last part of the circle that you'll need to know about. And so all of the cubes are actually randomly distributed, except for this one. This must start here at the start of the game. And when taking that action, you are also going to move this clockwise, and it basically tells you the exchange value of each type of commodity. when you're taking that action.
Then this is the one rondel that you cannot manipulate by spending extra gilder. You must and only must move one space.
Right. And if you have multiple commodities, you'll choose one to exchange because you can only do one per action. And for each commodity on your tile, you're going to decide if you'd like to exchange it for the amount of guilders that are shown on the space, or for crew members or equipment based off of the tables that are on the corners of the board. Now, the only rule here is, let's just say, for example, I had this commodity that actually has a duplicate. I have 2 wheat and 1 coal. If I wanted to exchange the wheat, say, for crew members, I could not exchange both of them for the exact same item. Like I could not exchange it for 2 cranes or for 2 businessmen, etc. I could exchange 1 wheat for to hire a businessman and the other wheat to purchase a crane. I just couldn't do 2 of the same. But you can exchange both for guilders if you wanted to.
Right.
You would make this decision for all 3 commodities that are shown on the tile that you're exchanging, and then that tile would get discarded. All right, so then moving on to the last type of action, we have renting a canal. Now, as soon as you're able to fully build out your ship, you're going to send them down this canal that you've rented so that you can test the ship. And so when taking this action, you can basically purchase one of the canal tiles that are available. They also have prices listed on them.
Very similar to the commodities as well as the ships.
Yes, they all work the same way. And you're going to place it in front of you. Now, if it's your first one, you can place it in any orientation in front of you. But if you were to take a second one on a future turn, then you must connect it to your pre-existing canal so that the water opening attaches to any of the water openings on the tile.
Yeah, when you do this, this is going to be locked in place, so you're not allowed to move it around afterwards.
Right, so the decision is very important, and you'll see why in a second. But that's essentially it. Those are all of the different types of actions that you can take. Now, again, just a reminder, on your turn, you can also spend 6 guilders to take a second different action. And then, once you're done, if at that point you've completed a ship, then you go into the shakedown cruise. But if you have not, then your turn ends and it moves on to the next player in clockwise order. Now, if on your turn you complete a ship, and so we have a very elaborate example here for you.
Sure.
This is a size 5 ship because we have 3 middle pieces, a bow, and a stern. We also have a captain, which is required, as well as a businessman, a soldier, and 1 stoker. Now, like we were mentioning earlier, the stoker needs their own specific stoker cabin, and then the other 2 crew members here need their own additional cabin. We have a 3rd cabin here. It's just being wasted because you don't need a cabin for your captain. And we also have a sail, a smokestack, and a crane, as well as all of their corresponding bases. So this ship is ready to go.
Ready to go.
And by the way, this is not an action. This will happen automatically at the end of your turn. If you finish a ship, you'll go down what's called a shakedown cruise. And when this happens, the first thing that you do is you must determine your ship's speed. Now, it is a little bit complicated. There's a chart here that sort of helps you calculate that. But there are basically 2 different scenarios. If your ship has at least 1 stoker and 1 smokestack, your ship will have a base of 4 speed, and that's going to be the right-hand side of that chart.
So we're going to follow this chart now from here on out.
Yes, and if so, then for each additional smokestack, stoker, and sail, you'll increase that speed by 1. So in our example here, we do have a smokestack and a stoker, so that's a base speed of 4, plus an additional speed because we have a sail. So this is a base of 5 speed. Now, had you not had a stoker at all, or maybe if you were missing a smokestack, then you would go on the left-hand side of that chart there, which gives you a base speed of 1 plus 1 speed for each sail, each stoker, and every 2 smokestacks. So it's a less than ideal way of calculating speed.
Right.
Now, in our example, we also happen to have an employee here who gives you 1 additional speed.
Very convenient for this example.
Very convenient. So instead of our speed being 5, we have a speed of 6. Now, once you're done calculating that, you will then determine if you will actually be allowed to score this boat, because you can very well go through all that trouble, but not be able to score it at all if you're missing 1 or both of these things. The first criteria is you have to have a captain. So we do have that. And the second thing is you have to have enough space on your current rented canal in order for your boat to go its full speed. So basically, I have to have at least 6 spaces that I'll be able to cross on my canal in order for me to score it.
Would you look at that?
Which I do. Would you
Wow.
look at that? The bottom of the chart on the board there is for scoring your boat. So for each captain and additional crew member, you'll gain 1 point. But that is except your stoker. For some reason, you do not score points for your stoker, even though they're working hard, getting your ship to sail quickly.
They're kind of baked into the points in a different way, which we're going to talk about.
You'll also gain 2 points for each of your cranes and cannons. And so on our ship here, we have 1 crane, so that would score us 2 points. And then you'd also just score points equal to your speed.
Right.
And so that, I guess, is where the stoker comes into
That's
play.
the baked in, because if we follow the charts, every stoker you have is 1 speed on either one of these 2 charts.
That's true. So I guess the game doesn't want you to double score stokers.
Correct.
So in that case, we would score 6 points because our current speed is 6. Then we would finally send our ship down our rental canal. And so if it is the very first time that you're doing this, you're going to choose one of the openings on your tile and you're going to place your ship piece there so that the stern is always pointing backwards from where you came.
Make sense?
And then you must move a number of spaces equal to your speed. So in this case, I would move 6 spaces, 1, 2, and then anytime you move into a space that shows a symbol, that is a type of scoring. So in this example, the second space here is a lantern. So I would score 1 point for each lantern that's on my ship, which would be
Would you look at that?
1 point because I have 1 lantern right there.
Yes.
Then I would move on to the next space here, which is for cannons.
Correct.
Now, cannons, as well as cranes spaces, they also score you for their corresponding type of crew member. And so when it comes to cannons, they are the soldiers, and when it comes to cranes, they are the businessmen.
Yes.
So moving on to here, I would score 1 point per cannon and soldier. And then as soon as I get to the end here, which would be the 6th space, I would score 1 point per crane and businessman.
Yeah, it's important to also indicate where you came from, so you would maintain it like this.
Yes, that's true. Anytime you have an option between 2 directions, so in the future, if it looked like this, then the next time my boat needed to move, I could choose which path to take. And that is essentially how the shakedown cruise works. Now, other spaces that we didn't get to showcase are buoys, which are just 1 point per buoy, and lifeboats. There are also spaces for lifeboats, which we have 1 there, as well as probably the most important space, which is the blue ribbon space that looks like a steering wheel.
Sure.
Whenever you land on those spaces, you are going to score 1 point per space that you've traveled across up to that point.
I believe it's called the helm now.
The helm.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not a steering wheel.
Yeah, steering wheel.
So if this were the last space that I entered in and I had a speed of 6, I would score 6 points. And if you were ever to come across 2 of those spaces, you do not get to score it twice. You only get to score the furthest.
The better of the 2.
The better of the 2.
So to review, let's go over the scoring here. Monique has a soldier as well as a businessman and a captain. So that's the top right here. So she would get, first of all, 3 points.
Yes.
Okay. Then moving down, she has 1 crane.
So 2 more
no
points.
cannon, so another 2 points. And then total speed we've calculated was 6, so another 6 points.
To 11.
Okay. And then as she was taking her path, we have to calculate the score.
Yes, so had I started here.
She went over the lantern.
Yes.
She has 1 lantern on her
1
ship.
lantern.
That's 1 point.
I have a cannon there.
Cannon, unfortunately, she has no cannon, but she has a soldier, so that's another point. Okay.
And if I were to able to reach this very last spot here,
Which I believe you did with your 6.
it would be a crane.
A crane.
And so you score crane and businessman.
Yep,
so
the crane.
2 more
businessman.
points.
So then that's a total of a 15-point ship.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
And that is where you're going to be scoring a majority of your points in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And once that's done, then this ship just gets moved to the top here because you are not going to be scoring it again in terms of the shakedown cruise. Each player also has contracts that you'll be able to score at the end of the game, 1 of each color, and the ship might be useful for those.
Yeah, so all of these, this equipment and all these people that are working on your ships, they will not go back into your supply. They have been used, they're on that ship, and they're going to and doing work.
That's right. And that's essentially it. That is the main focus of the game. Now, at the start of the game, we're also going to be dealt a certain number of contracts depending on if you want to play with 2 or 3 of each color. And they give you a certain scoring parameter that you can score at the end of the game. Now, in a 2-player game, as soon as the second cube is removed, because basically each time this cube rotates a full rotation, we're going to remove a cube from that spot. And as soon as we remove the second one, each player must discard down to only one contract of each color.
Right.
Because regardless of how many contracts you start with, you can only score one of each color at the end of the game. And these are private.
Yeah, these are all private contracts, which is good. So you have some flexibility going through about half the game, knowing what you're working towards.
Right.
So you're not kind of just stuck with the contracts you were dealt.
Right. And as soon as we remove the last cube, we play for one last full rotation. And then there's a little dropping mechanism here that you might be familiar with if you've played Praga, Caput Regni.
Yep.
And so as soon as we go one more full rotation, we basically finish out the round so that players have had an equal number of turns. And then each player gets one final action.
Right.
And that action can be any of the ones here. It doesn't matter where the cubes are.
Regardless of where the cubes are.
Yes, you don't collect any income or anything like that. You just take the action. You also cannot pay for additional bonus action at that time. And then any player who is just one tile away from completing a ship has the option of purchasing that one last tile from the board and completing their ship to go down on one final shakedown cruise before we end the game and score our contracts. And at that point, whoever has the most points wins.
Yeah, so you get one last standard action plus a one-time free build one piece of ship action, but you do have to pay for it in guilders.
Yeah, so it's almost like you want to save a ship with just one missing piece for that very, very end so that you can just go and score more points.
So you're not wasting a turn, building it while you have that free opportunity at the end.
And that's basically it. In the case of a tie, the player with the most guilders wins. So we're just going to go ahead and get cleaned up, and we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, we are all reset. We are ready to go. Our first play of a Suchy game, technically, as the series begins.
Yes.
You have to figure out who's going to go first.
Odds or evens?
Odds or evens, yes. What do you want?
Evens.
1, 2, 3.
Odds, okay.
I will be
first. It is you.
Me.
We have our contracts, and this time we are going to play with 3 of each color.
3 of each.
So if it's your first time playing,
secrets.
there's actually a fixed setup that you can go with that has all starting contracts, and you start with 2 of each color. And there's also a fixed setup, by the way, for the employees, but we randomized everything this time.
Yes.
So then Naveen is going to start us off, and we did not describe the first 2 turns during the teach because they are an exception for the rest of the game. And by the way, if you are just joining us now and you did not join us for the teach, we need to mention that we are missing components on our player boards.
Really hammering that home.
No, we just need to make sure that you don't think that this is the norm. Like if you have a copy of this, there are some pieces that you have to keep to glue onto your boards.
Yes.
All right, so then now that that is out of the way, Naveen is going to go first, and you're going to place out 2 cubes.
I am. 2 cubes. Well, I mean...
And then take that action.
It is shipbuilding time, so let's just go ahead and do this right now. So
okay.
The name of the game is shipbuilding, so I am a cheapskate. Very much so. So I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3, just like this.
All free.
All free for me. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to set this up on my my player area here. So you cannot move things around if you didn't follow us for the teach. So I'm going to make sure that the bow is over here on the far left because no middle tiles are going to end up in front of them.
Sure.
And then honestly, I'm just going to tuck these in over here knowing that I'm just going to try to create a nice big ship so that I can send them off.
Okay.
And now that my turn is done, we slide down all these things
yes.
so they become a little bit cheaper for the next person.
All of our tiles are off screen. I'm going to push these.
It's quite a reach for me.
We have 2 middles.
Oh, there we go.
And then I'll do it. I'll
not the
handle it.
neatest.
It's a bit far.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
So we are refilled. Okay, so now it is to me. And I also put out 2 cubes. And let me just take a look at my contracts, actually.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, seeing as all ships need a captain, I'm going to go here. Okay. Now, for the second player's turn, because I placed on the action tile that is to the left of Naveen's, I do gain income for that. So it's 1 guilder.
You do.
Because again, it's 1 guilder per action tile that's occupied.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to move.
Yep.
And I'm not going to move it any further than that,
so
which means
a guilder.
I'm not spending
a guilder. Taking a captain.
I've hired a captain.
Yep.
And that is it.
Very simple.
So now it goes back to Naveen, and you just place the single cube. But same thing, if you place it on either of these 2 action tiles, you'll collect the income for those.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place out onto this action here, which is going to allow me to get some equipment for this future ship.
Okay.
So I'm going to get 2 income because there's 2 actions that are covered by cubes.
Yes.
And then I'm going to get 1 free move into the smokestack, but because I have the infrastructure set up for building this crane, I am going to spend 1 coin to just move it on on over here.
Okay.
And then get myself that particular piece of infrastructure for my boat. What is it
got
called?
a crane.
Equipment? Yeah, there we go.
All right, now it goes back to me for my final introductory placement, and this is just too good.
It is too good.
I need money.
Yeah.
You know, eventually we'll need more of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to collect the 3 guilders as income.
Sure.
And I'm just going to I'm going to rent a canal.
Go for it.
And I think I'm going to pay the 1 guilder to take this one. So I don't need to orient it in any way. I'm just going to place my canal tiles
hang out
here.
there, yeah.
And these will
Yeah, starting from the second tile on, you'll have to worry about how exactly you're going to orient it. So right now, it can just kind of hang out there.
And you also don't have to place out your token until the first shakedown cruise you have.
Yep.
Okay, so that is the end of my turn, and now it goes back to you.
Begins.
Yes, now it's going to go, the flow of it is going to be the same for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So now, Naveen, you're going to pick up...
I'm going to pick up these 2 cubes.
Yeah.
I'm going to place the tile that it just came from on the back end, meaning I cannot take this action. One of the cubes goes to the spot that has another cube, and then now I must place this out and essentially just pick this, or this action.
Right, so we always have 3 options, which means no income for you, unfortunately.
No income, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take this action here, which is going to allow me to hire an employee. And again, in this game, employees are these tokens, not
the tiles.
Workers that you see. So this is going to move over 1 passively like that. And I'm going to take this particular one.
No, Naveen!
What, you wanted this?
This is so early.
Yeah. I'm going to take this one here. And so
what is that?
This one, it's going to cost me 1 guilder. So all my income is gone. I'm back to base of 6, which is what I started the game with.
Yeah.
Essentially, what this says is anytime I hire
a crew member. Yeah, the inner circle.
I'm going to gain a stoker, which is nice.
So good.
Yeah. Now, that does not refill. This is just, these are the tiles. These are the employees that are going to be on for our game. So that's it.
In higher player counts, there's another set of them. All right, so then it goes to me, and I am going to take this. Thank you. Can you mind?
I will take care of all of that if you want to handle your cubes. Yeah. There you go. Very good.
And this goes on that tile.
Perfect.
All right. And now I think if I don't do this, there's a chance that Naveen might take it. So I'm going to build some ship pieces.
Time. So now you know what you have working towards.
Yes. I have this lifeboats here. I see a couple of spaces for lifeboats. So I'm going to build 3 pieces. I'm going to take these middle 2 at no cost.
0. Yep.
And then I think I will...
What do you want to pay for?
This.
Okay.
That's
a good
stern.
one. Yeah.
Stern. So that's 1 guilder.
Okay.
And just like you, I think I will
push it to the end.
Push it to the end.
Because you can't build beyond the backside of it, so you might
You can't, but you can do something where, like, if I wanted to put another stern here, I could.
Yeah.
And then as soon as this middle boat gets finished, now you've opened up the space.
It's just strategically, it just gives you
the
most flexibility.
I'm just gonna go like that.
Oh.
Just in case. Just in case.
Okay.
All right. That is it. So I've done 3.
We'll help a little bit here. This is going to get messy on the top down. We apologize. There you go.
A stern and 2 middles. Oops.
Okay.
So the game, by the way, in higher player counts, it can also end if you run out of a ship tile.
It's not going to happen in this game.
Component. But yes, it's not happening in a 2-player game. All right. That is it for me. So now it's back to you.
Okay. So we know procedurally this comes off, this shifts over, and then we're going to plop that down there. Now, if I take any one of these 2, I will get some income, which I kind of like. So I'm going to take this token and plop it down right over there.
Okay.
So
which one would you like?
I'm going to take this cheap one because the way I see it is it's going to go wheat is heavy on this. So wheat is heavy on this, and on the second one over here, it becomes a 3. So
okay. So you're waiting for somebody to take the exchange commodities multiple times.
Yeah, I can do it once and then do it again another time. So it's a thing. I do need to get 2.
Look at this, Naveen. This has all wheat.
It does.
Well, I'm sorry. What do you?
I mustn't forget my income.
your income. Yes.
Save me a Klingon subtitle.
There you go.
There we go. Perfect. There we go.
All right. Back to me. Okay, so this is gonna go. Do you mind moving the
no problem.
tile, please?
Yep, I got you.
And this goes on to the ship one.
Gotcha.
So I could exchange commodities, a thing that you'd like.
Yeah, please.
And it'll gain me 3 guilders just for doing that.
Yeah. And if you do it for the 3 guilders, you'll have 12 coins total. Then you can take another action. And I say take another action because you can spend 6 coins to take a second action. That's not the same one.
And it could be one that I have my cubes on. Just can't be the one
you can build ships again.
Let's do it. This is a win-win.
No, you got to do it.
Okay, so I'm going to exchange my 1 commodity, but first I gain 3.
So she's getting the 3 income
guilders.
because the 3 cubes are beyond her.
Or the three action tiles are occupied.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to exchange this. This is going to move. This cube is going to move to this exchange, right?
And you cannot modify
So,
that.
no.
Yep.
But I can exchange them for 2 each, or let's see. I can basically choose something in each of those depots. Or I mean, the charts that are in the corner.
Oh, sorry. You had 8 coins going into this,
Yeah.
so you get 11, but it's still a good play.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. All right, for the wheat, I'm going to take a crane.
Okay, crane.
Yes, I'll also take a smokestack for the
Okay,
coal.
a smokestack
which is up
for the
there.
coal. So yeah, so you're basically following this. You took the
Yes.
crane here,
Uh-huh.
and then the coal. You're taking this, the smokestack right there. Okay.
For the carpet.
Fabric. Yeah, let's go
I'll take the
fabric.
guilders.
2 coins.
So two coins.
Yeah, the exchange is 2, 2, 2. So no matter what, it's going to be that. So
Right.
there we go.
This is going to go out because I've
Out.
exchanged it.
Yep.
And I'm going to spend 6
Why not?
guilders to take a second action. So,
The only action you cannot do again is this particular one, the one that you just took right now.
Yeah.
So you basically have access to everything.
I don't have a commodity anyway, so I wouldn't be able to exchange it. I'm going to hire an employee.
You're doing this action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. So this is going to move here,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to take one of these. And I'm torn between the captain and the smokestack one.
Yeah. Captains are always good.
I know. I'm going to take the smokestacks
Mm-hmm.
because the way that I see it, I don't know how many boats I'll actually be able to build.
Sure.
So I'm only going to be using it a maximum of, how many times. This one I can try to gain more smokestacks for one ship.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be wrong, but I have to pay a guilder to take this.
We'll find out at the very end of
We
the game.
will. That's true.
Either you are going to win or I'm going to win. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Hopefully I win.
Yeah.
But you never know. All right, Naveen. It is
Okay.
your turn.
All right, so real simple. This one's going to slide over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move the thing that you just copycatted
Mm-hmm.
all the way over there. And now I have these 3 choices. Not having any income here kind of stinks. I think I will go here. Keep it nice and tight so it doesn't leave you with too much income
Okay.
in the future. So I am going to go ahead and hire. So we are going to slip this over here 1.
Mm-hmm.
And this is soldier, but do I spend the 2? Okay, I will keep it as a soldier. I will not spend anything.
Okay.
And then because I'm taking this action, I also get a stoker as well. So
Nice.
I'm going to gain a stoker and a soldier, and they are going to be hanging out, waiting to get onto the ship later.
Are you going to take a bonus action?
I want to, badly.
You have enough money.
I do,
Badly.
badly.
Go for it.
I will do that, yes. I will turn in these 6 buccarinos.
Okay.
Guilders to take this action, the one that you're going to be pushing to the end very soon. Well, actually,
This
one's-
one?
Yeah,
You're exchanging?
It's this one right here. Yeah. So
Okay.
that moves over.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm gonna give up this one, I believe. So this is gonna be 1 wheat. I'm actually gonna get for a discount of 3 guilders back.
Okay.
Basically, a discount on this action.
Okay.
So there we go. And then now for the other wheat, I am going to take a captain. I have no captains, and we need one at least to do this to get the ship going.
Okay.
And then for the coal, I am going to go ahead and get myself a smokestack. So this goes
smokestack.
out,
Nice.
and then now we have this. I need to start building out this ship badly.
It's still early. We're not even halfway through the first rotation.
Yeah.
So it's back to me.
That's back to you.
I'm going to go ahead and move that.
There you go. That
So
goes
I take a
on there.
cube.
Get shipbuilding, right? That moves
Yeah,
on
shipbuilding
over.
was
There
the
you go.
one. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to hire an employee. So this
Bummer.
is great. This is just +1 speed.
Yeah.
Definitely going to take that.
I couldn't do that on my turn. Well, I could
Okay.
have paid the 6 for it, but
Alas.
alas.
I'm going to pay 6 to take another action, and I'm going to hire a crew member.
Remember?
So this is going to move, and I just need to hire one stoker, please.
Yeah, because you have no money, right? So you
have
can't
no
you can't even move it.
Right.
You have to take the stoker. Yeah.
But I needed this stoker
Yeah.
anyway to join my crew. All right, that's it for me. So it's back to you.
Oh, it's good, man. It's good. That's good. I wanted that one. Okay, we're gonna move this over. This comes down.
Okay.
I think I got to build ships
I
here.
don't have any money, so.
Yeah, I think I have to build ships. If I don't, you're gonna do it. So I'm gonna have to do it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, so I don't get any income on it. Meaning I'm at 5, so I can't take another action. But I need places for all these people to go. Okay, so I am gonna get 3 parts of the ship. So I have a stoker and I really want to use them. So the only place that I see that can actually house them is this one. It's gonna cost 2 of my coins.
Okay.
That's one of them. Then the other one I'm gonna take is being very cheap. I'm gonna take this
That
one.
Okay.
And then I have some things that need to get built out. And so I need to take this one, which is going to cost me another 1. So that's going to cost me 1 coin. So it cost me 3 total coins to do that, which did not feel very good.
Well,
Let's just build
decide
these
where you'd
up.
like to place them.
I'm going to go 1, 2, and
Slide
then
these down. Oops.
if I put this here, then I'm basically saying the next build. Oh, gosh, this is so hard right now.
Decision.
Yeah, this is a tough decision. Okay, I will shove this over here. Yes, I will shove it like that. That is me. I'm making a real big ship. Hopefully I can... very aggressive move, yeah.
Shoving.
So I'm just going to start moving things and gravitating them towards my ship to help me just think and plan ahead of time.
Okay.
But you do not have to technically do this until you're actually going to sail your ship in the future.
That is true. Done?
That's it, yeah.
All right, so it's back to me.
Yeah.
I need you to move the
I
tiles,
got you, yeah,
please.
no
Thank
problem.
you.
Uh-huh.
And I am going to just take the renting a canal action.
Oh, yeah?
Boom.
That's
So I
good
collect
action.
two guilders
action,
worth
good
of
action.
income.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spend one of them so I can take this tile. Now, when you take a tile, you have to connect it. So now that this is my second one,
Right.
you have to connect it and you won't be able to rearrange it. So this decision is important.
Yep.
I think I will go here
Okay.
and that's it. So these move down. And I don't have any money to take a bonus action. So it's
You
actually
don't.
back to you.
Back to me. Okay, good. Well, I only have 2 coins, so I won't be either. So this is going to come off. This is going to slide down. I think this is a cheap way for me to get some money is by going there. So that would be buying equipment. I have to take this action. It gets me 1, 2, 3 guilders.
Yes. That's nice. Oh, that's so nice.
I know.
There you go.
You did it on 1 turn, but I'm 1 short of being able to do anything glorious with it. But I do have these 2 empty spaces here. So let's get myself... Knowing that I have a soldier, let's get myself a cannon. So I know for sure it's going to move over 1 to the sail.
Uh-huh.
So
Cannon is 1 more.
Cannon's
1 guilder.
All right, I'll be very frugal here. I'm just going to take the sail.
Okay.
I'm just going to take the sail only because I do have the ability to house it
Okay.
right here. And again, you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to do it for my...
Yeah, I did the same thing
my
just
brain.
so I know what
Yeah.
I have room for.
Why make a mistake?
Yeah.
So that's it for me. Back to you.
All right. So I'm going to...
Slide this one down. Here
Thank
you
you.
go. This goes to you.
Yeah,
this
move
one
that
shifts
down.
over, and I think we might have a cube drop. Oh, cube drop.
That's technically the cube drop.
Cube fell in, yep.
So where the red corner meets the start, that's where we started. And so 1 turn before that is where there's a hole in the board. And because this is not, a firm surface, you didn't hear the cube drop, but it's technically in a hole.
It's in there, yep.
Which means actually that we're supposed to remove one of the cubes, our first cube from there. So the next time this rotates all the way around, we're going to have to discard our contracts.
Yep.
All right. I am going to go here. I'm going to manufacture equipment. I think that's what it is. So this rotates.
No. So that would be utilizing these.
Oh, that's this, huh?
Yes.
Oh, my plans.
Foiled.
All right.
There you go.
I'm going to take a commodity.
There you go.
I have 1 guilder, so I can choose from these 4. What's next? Ooh, coal is going to be hot. Oh, these 3.
3.
Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, well, knowing that coal is going to be so hot, I'm going to take this one.
Hot coal.
Hot coal. Oh, but I have to spend 1.
You did. You did.
Hold on. How's cloth? Cloth is okay. I'm going to take the free one instead.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to spend 1 just because. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Anyway.
There you go. They all slide down.
Yes. And that is it.
Very good. All right.
Back to you.
So this comes off.
Yes.
Unfortunately, my shipbuilding goes bye-bye. So this one goes over here.
And you have to lift the cube
I gotta lift
out of the
cube. I
hole
was like,
now.
Why is this not working? There we go.
And it should bring it back
Should
to
bring it
start.
back. There we are. Red start. Okay, very good.
And by the way, if you did not join us for the teach, this action tile over here allows you to gain 2 guilders, but that's not in a 2-player game.
Yeah, this is only in, there you go. It shows right there in
Yeah.
a 4-player game. So it's just another action slot for people to fight over. So I'm going to take this action here, which is going to put this over into the slot. So we are going to be using this tile for 3 different things.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is for the wheat, I'm going to get myself a businessman. Come to me, businessman.
Taking the action I wanted.
Yes.
You blocked me.
I did. And then with the
rug?
The rug cloth thing, I'm going to get myself a cannon.
Okay.
Knowing that cannons need to go into this slot there.
Okay.
And then with the coal, I am going to get myself 3 coins, which is its most valuable amount right there. So I'll take 3.
Okay. Well, I guess you are making the cloth more valuable for me.
Yeah. So when it comes to it, you'll be able to do
beneficial.
it.
It's just going to take some time.
A little bit of time. 1, 2, 3, and then there's no real rush for me to spend 6 to take another action.
Okay.
Because something might open up for me. So I'll just end it there.
Well, then it goes back to me. And do you mind moving the action tile, please? Thank you. This one.
The action tile.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this goes on here.
There you go.
All right. So I'm going to go here. And I'm gonna recruit a crew member.
Sure.
So
Businessman?
I'm just gonna recruit a businessman.
Awesome.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
All right.
All done, huh?
Yep, that's me.
Okay, so this one comes off. That's going to go there. Let's slide this one on down. No income.
Yeah, money is tough right now.
Money is real tough right
It
now.
is not easy to get these.
Yeah, so I would love to build the ship, but the problem is I have no canal rented. So I think I have to rent a canal.
Yeah.
I got to get that going right now.
You need a canal to test your ship.
Exactly. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take this cheap one. I'm a cheapskate right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that right over there.
Okay.
Real simple, real easy, and that'll be it for my turn.
All right.
So we just get a new one coming in.
Nearing. Hopefully one of us can build a ship soon.
I'm going to move this off for you. There you go.
Thank you.
One on. This one comes all the way over.
Thank you.
And you can build a ship right now.
I can.
And get a 1 income.
I don't.
Is this not the moment?
It's not the moment.
Okay.
Almost the moment, but not quite it.
Quite it.
So I'm gonna go here.
No income.
No income.
So you're gonna move this over 1, and then
Feels
you want to move
wrong.
it. You can move it 1 more.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it one more.
Okay. So
I'll
smokestack.
take a smokestack, please.
Very good.
I actually get 2.
You get
Wait,
2
hold on.
smokestacks. Yeah.
Then in that case,
Yeah,
I'm
save
not
the
gonna.
money.
I'm not gonna pay. I'll
Per
take
employee, which has a name. All of these rectangle chits have a name to
Yeah.
them. That's why they're
But
employees.
my employee allows me to take a smokestack every time I manufacture equipment.
Yeah, so you manufacture an extra one. So
I
you're
did
going to
not-
get a cannon.
I did not pay to move the cube. I
Correct.
just moved for free, and I'll take a cannon
Yeah.
with the bonus smokestack.
Totally.
I paid a guilder for this
Yeah.
employee, so I might as well utilize the services.
it's the
And
right
even
thing.
if these pieces don't make it onto the ship, I can save them for a future one.
It was definitely the right thing to do there. Very good. So then now it's me.
Yes,
You're done, right? Okay.
I'm done.
Because you don't have 6 to spend. Okay,
Correct.
so this
Thank
is going to go
you
over
for
here.
the
Just have to
reminder.
point it out, because I might have 6 to spend. So.
Keeping it honest.
There we go. Well, I think shipbuilding seems to be the right time now.
Yeah, probably.
So here we go. We're going to go plop right there.
Okay.
And then I also do have 6 coins. So I am going to go ahead and build 2 segments. Well, I'm going to build a 3rd segment.
Well, you're making a humongous ship.
A big one. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I might as well start with the back end of, like a caboose, the back end of
I
it.
believe it's called a stern. Naveen.
Yeah, stern, that's right. It's not a train. Okay, so I'm going to go real cheap here. So I'm going to just take these 2.
Okay.
1, 2. I will slot these in here. And then, all right. I'm just going to do it.
Ugh,
I see no place to house any stokers. Do you see anything as of right now?
no.
Wow.
No, you need a
That's
blue
problem.
cabin.
And there's no blue cabins out right now.
No blue cabins. So your ships are just gonna be a little slower.
That's true.
That's all. That's all it is, really.
Yeah. All of our ships are going to be like that.
For a while.
For a
'cause look
whi-
at
for a
these.
while.
We don't have any
We need to
stoker
find
cabins
some
here either.
stokers.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that this ship is going to sail, I have a lot of empty rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spend 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this action here.
Okay.
So because
You're
I'm
gonna
taking
recruit crew?
because I'm recruiting crew, so then this is going to move this one over by 1. But
Mm-hmm.
instead of taking a captain, captain does not increase speed at all, right?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
they become another crew member. They're
Crew
an
member.
officer technically.
Yeah.
You score a point for them. That's really it.
yeah, I'll take one of those. Why not?
One of those.
Yeah, one of those.
I'll
So
take one
now
of them.
this person does have to be housed, so I'm just going to place them there.
If you'd like them to be on this ship.
Yeah, might as well be on the ship. And then these 2 I'm going to drop in here just so I don't forget. And then because I have this particular employee, I get a stoker who is not going to be joining us on this particular journey, but in the future, maybe.
Okay.
All right, and I think that is everything.
All right. It is time for our first shakedown cruise. Naveen,
cruise.
congratulations. You get
Thanks.
to test the first ship.
first
How
ship.
does it feel?
You know, it feels okay. We'll
We've
find
built
out.
the ship.
Make
It's
sure
been a long
safe.
time.
Yeah. All right, so the ship that we are going to be sending out is going to be this one.
Okay.
Now, this one
Like
has...
a hot dog.
we have a canal to go down.
Yeah.
And we have a captain who is captaining this thing. So now this captain over here is technically an officer at this point.
Yes.
So
now we
we
don't.
are-
That does just because you have a canal doesn't necessarily mean you'll be able to score points.
Hopefully I will be.
we have
able
to calculate the speed first. So speaking of that,
Yes.
what is your speed?
Okay, speed, I have it as 5. So the way I see it is I have a stoker and a smokestack.
Yes.
That is a base 4.
So this chart.
I don't have an additional stoker or smokestack, but I have a sail. So I have a
Okay.
total of 5.
Okay.
Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start myself right here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to travel.
Well, you score your points first.
Oh, okay, sure.
So let's score your speed. So you said
Okay,
5, right?
5, yeah.
So you're going to score
5 points.
5 points.
Yep.
And then we also score for all of your crew members
Yeah.
besides the
Besides
stoker.
the stoker. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 crew.
Okay. So
The
that's
stoker does not count. So
to 9.
Yep.
and 2 points for each crane and cannon.
So I have 1 cannon, 1 crane, so that's going to be 4
4
points.
points.
Got to keep it
So
going.
you go to 13.
Yeah.
Now you go down your shakedown cruise.
Now we go down the cruise. Okay, so I have 5 total moves. So it's going to be 1, 2. I'm on that lantern.
Okay.
I have 2 lanterns.
So 1 point per lantern.
Yep. Then I have 3. I'm on a cannon.
Okay.
And so because I'm on a cannon, for every soldier and cannon, you get 1 point. So it's another 2 points.
Another 2. Okay.
And then it's going to be 4, 5. And we're just
right.
going to aim ourselves this way.
Yes. You always have to make sure your stern is pointing backwards.
Showing where it came from, yeah. So
And
I'm just going to rotate this like this because I know I'm most likely going to build out this way.
Okay.
Okay.
That is it for the shakedown cruise. So your entire ship just gets pushed to the top of your player board.
Yeah, because contracts might reference what we've done in the past, so nothing gets discarded.
Nothing gets discarded, but you do have a stern there for the next time.
For the next one.
You decide to.
No place to put the stoker according to our market here.
Yet.
So that's a little bit of a problem.
Well then, it's back to me. Congrats. I'm jealous. I'm going to try to sail as well. Do you mind moving my action tile,
sure.
please?
So you're going here.
Yes.
You can take that, and then this will
Thank you.
go over here. This is just going to slide down.
I would really like to find a way to finish this boat. And seeing as you are sitting on that action tile,
that's a good spot.
I just need money. So I'm going to go here. Okay. Oh, no, sorry.
Here.
I'm going to go here.
Here gets you 3, and the action.
It gets me 3, but that's not enough.
Yeah, I see.
I need 6 to take a bonus action just to be able to choose that. So I'm going to go here so that I can exchange my commodity.
Yep.
So I have
so
this
you're
one.
in this slot here, right? Okay, very good.
I'm going to take 2. Both of the fabric will be for the money.
For the 6.
So that I can...
I see.
So that I can...
take another action.
Take another action. And then for the wheat, I'll take a captain.
Captain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I can just plan ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. All right. So that is that action.
Okay.
And now I'm going to spend 6 to take a bonus action, which is just building a ship.
Yeah.
I need to get this thing
moving.
Going, yeah. So here's 1.
Cheapy.
Yeah. I'll do 2. And I can spend a coin for a boat. I'm not gonna need this. It's just 1 point, or I can just keep the coin. That's a tough decision.
Yeah, it is a tough decision. Yeah, is 1 coin worth 1 point?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
It depends on what angle you're coming, but it seems like you're trying to go maybe this angle.
Yeah, this early, it's probably not.
Yeah, because you don't have any cannons, so I don't see you coming in this way.
No,
so
I'm coming in.
I feel like you're coming in this way, or this way.
I'm coming in this way.
Can you get to this?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah.
That was the whole reason why. I based a lot of the decision off of that. Okay, I just took all the free ones, so that does finish off my boat.
Does
I too will have a shakedown cruise.
Okay.
I'm just sliding these down.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry if it's messy.
Stoker.
There's just
housing.
no. The stoker is only on the stern.
Are they?
Oh no, I guess that's not true
It's
necessarily.
not true.
I don't know. Is it true? I don't know.
We'll find out later.
All right, it's time to have a shakedown cruise. It's my turn.
Okay, what do you got?
So it's gonna be this boat. I've assigned. So I have a captain.
By the way, I'm pretty sure you don't have this anymore.
I don't have this anymore.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
Okay, I have a captain.
Okay.
I have a stoker.
Okay.
I have 2 smokestacks.
You do, which is good for speed, right?
A crane. And, I can save the businessman for later.
If you don't anticipate going over, having the businessman will get you an extra point.
Yes, but I'm going to be going through that space
If
too.
you anticipate going there, yeah.
I can honestly hold back these both.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, you can.
I'm just going to do that. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm holding back for my next boat. And I'm just going to go.
Lean and mean.
This is our first boat.
Yeah, inaugural.
We didn't know what we were doing. Here we are. All right. So first things first, speed.
Okay.
I have a stoker as well as a smokestack. That is a base of 4 plus 1 for the additional smokestack.
Makes it 5.
And I have an employee that gives me an additional speed.
Makes it
so
6.
I have a total of 6. I have a captain. And I definitely have enough space to move, so I'm going to be scoring.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and score the speed now.
So we're basically, we follow this chart. We find it easiest to go and score this bottom right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I withheld my crane.
No problem. No cannons.
Yeah. Withheld my crane, no cannons. I didn't have the piece for it.
You have 1 captain.
I have 1
so
captain.
You get 1 point.
Yes, I get 1 point. That doesn't seem very nice.
No, you'll be fine.
Okay, and then we're going to travel. So I have a speed of 6, right?
You do.
I'm going to start here.
Very good.
So I'm moving this way.
Yes.
So 1, 2.
You have
I have
1 buoy.
1 buoy.
Yeah.
And then 3, 4. Those are lifeboats. I have one lifeboat.
Yeah.
5, 6. So that is the blue ribbon space.
It's really good.
Which is 1 point per speed. So
you basically score your speed again.
It's 1 point per space that I've traveled to up until this point.
Which is the max 6.
If it's not the last space, it's not 6. That's just the maximum amount. So it just happens to be the last space for me. So I'm going to go to 15. Not as good as yours.
Yeah, but you have stuff built, like you have stuff hanging out.
I have stuff in reserve. That is
in
true.
Reserve.
Because I've completely vacated this tile, this is going to go face down in my own stack. Because sometimes contracts will score you points for them. But if we ever run out of the tiles here, then we'd have to reshuffle
2-player game, very rare.
It's not going to happen.
Probably never going to happen. Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But that is it. That is the end of my turn. So now it goes to you.
Very good. All right, let's go ahead and take these pink off. This one's going to go here. We're going to move this token on down. And then, I mean, look at that. It's worth 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it. No, I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'll take a 3. I'll give you, well, whatever.
Well, I'll give you 3.
There we go. So I'll just move down 1 space. I'm not going to spend any coins, and I'm going to take this one. So this employee is going to allow me to move an additional 3 spaces when I take the exact same action I just took.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be it, and then it's back to you. So you're going to place that there. We're going to give you that cube.
Ah, interesting.
Down to you. What? Did I make a mistake?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to go here.
Yep.
I'd like a...
Coin.
Yes, I get 1 guilder in income, and then I get to take one of these. Ugh, do I want to spend... Coal is going to be not great.
No,
I'm going to take
wheat
this.
is going to be the next good one, yeah.
This is free.
Yeah.
So.
Slides on down.
That's it.
Very
I
good.
don't have enough money for an additional
Slots
action.
over.
So it goes straight to you.
Shipbuilding goes to the end, and then now...
Nice.
Not much going on. All right, I'm not liking these actions, but I'm going to take this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and get another worker. So we're just going to slot this over. I'm going to grab myself a soldier, and then because I have this, I get a stoker as well.
Okay.
An unhoused stoker.
Yeah, how are you going to house the stoker?
I don't know. Maybe this is a bad employee to hire. That's okay.
Maybe.
That's too bad. Okay, so it's back to you. So this is going to slide here. This is inaccessible, and that's your cube.
Thank you. It is tough to...
It's going to drop in the hole on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really tough to try to figure out how to accumulate speed.
Yeah.
Without the ability to house a stoker right now, because we're basically counting on just the base 1 instead of a base 4.
That's why your employee
So
that it gives you an extra the helm.
Stack.
No, the helm is nice.
Oh yeah. This is really
That's
nice.
big.
All right, I'm going to rent a canal.
Okay.
So I'm going there. I'm spending my 2 guilders.
Whoa.
So I can take this.
You love those ones.
I do.
You love those purple ribbon things.
The blue ribbon. I don't know where to attach it. Do I want to go? I held back those 2. The crane and the businessmen to be able to score this. So I think I don't have a choice. I think I'm going to do this.
Are you going to be able to get the 5 speed without a stoker?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see who builds first.
Yeah.
All right. That is it. So this just refills.
Okay, very good.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, let's go ahead and pluck this off. We're going to put that there. This one goes away. Okay. It's in the hole. So I guess we're actually supposed to remove the second cube here.
Yes.
Because we've dropped in the hole.
All
right.
And now, because it's a second cube, we have to discard. So we started the game with 3 red and 3 blue.
We did.
3 red and 3 blue. So we have to discard 2 of each color.
We do.
I'm going to go ahead and discard these.
Discarding these.
And we're still keeping these a secret. We'll reveal the contracts at the very end.
I'm locked into these 2 things. Okay. Well, the only way to get some speed right now is some smokestacks. So I have to go here, I think, because it's going to be cheap to go onto that. Get a free smokestack. There we go. It's a real simple turn. Back to you.
All right.
So we're just going to put this over here. We're going to slot this one on.
Wow, there's no opportunity to collect income.
No. There we go. Because we're just going cheap.
It's a bit painful.
It is. Real painful. Are you going to build a ship?
You want me to.
Yeah.
So you can see the next turn. You should build a ship, Naveen.
No. I already have one of these. Why would I want to
Because you can work on a second one.
I could.
Okay, I will build a ship.
Nice.
And I don't have any money, so I can only choose from the free, the cheap ones, and I'm going to take these 3.
Oh. You.
I'm sorry. You need to do something about it.
I have a stern.
Yeah,
you need to do
just
something
go with
about
it.
Yeah,
I'm okay without,
go with it.
without the stoker.
Okay.
I have additional speed.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, that is it. Let's see what
down.
we have in terms of a new bow.
Okay.
And we have 2 middles. 1 and 2.
All right.
All right, that's it for me.
Very good.
Back to you.
All right, let's go ahead and pick this up. We're going to plop that down there. Let's move this on over. No income coming. We are keeping it real tight.
We are. You know, I just realized that each time we remove those cubes, we're supposed to place a gilder on the last action tile.
If it was
empty.
Empty, so...
I don't know if it was
I feel like
ever.
we've always had something there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll be more diligent about that
Sure.
if the situation arises.
Yeah, and this should be slotted in also there, just like that. Okay, I'm going to take this action here, and I'm so glad I have this employee because it's going to help me out. So I get one move free, and I can move up to +3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna take this one right here. So what this allows me to do, this allows me to place a stoker, one stoker, onto a ship without needing a cabin.
Oh, that's great.
So there we go.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't read them all.
Well, I
look at
needed
where they all were.
the +3 to get me there.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
not, it would have been very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So that's it for me. You're going to go ahead and go.
Okay.
So this slots down. There you go.
Thank you. I really need money. I'm going to go here
Yep.
and gain the one gilder
coin.
in income.
Oh, and then you
And-
have, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good time to do it, right?
this kind of, I mean,
You have 1 wheat at least.
I have one. Yeah.
Are you going to
So
take 4
I'm going to
coins?
get 4 gilder for the wheat.
Okay.
So here's 5.
5, 1 back.
1. For the cloth, I'm going to take a sail, and for the coal, I'll take a smokestack, please.
Okay, so
1 sail,
smokestack.
1 smokestack. And
And
I'm
a sail.
discarding this. So,
And a sail, you said?
yeah.
All right, I'll get you a sail.
Please.
There we go. You got a lot of
Thank
stuff.
you. I have stuff, but not enough stuff.
Not enough. Okay.
All right, back to you.
All right, so this comes off. Let's go ahead and slide this down. We are not leaving much room for income, and I have 5 coins. I have 5 coins. I need a 6th. Is it time to finally take this? I think I have to do this. I have to do this. I need to find a way to generate my own income.
Yeah.
So coal is going to be nice.
Yeah, and there's a one with 3.
Yeah, there's one with 3.
That's amazing.
But coal, that means I'm just like, I have to do stoker smokestack.
No, you sell it for 12 coins. It's 2 bonus actions.
Yes, actually, that's a very good point. That is a very good point. But I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this one.
Okay. I mean, that's also great.
It's also really good, yeah.
All right. One of each.
All right, one of each.
Okay.
So you're slotting over here. Shipbuilding is going to the end.
Oh, gosh. I feel like I'm
Where
running out of time.
Shall you go? I know.
I'm going to manufacture equipment.
Okay.
So I'm going here. This moves, but I'm going to pay a coin. So I
4 back.
get 4 back. Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
really
so you
should-
want what was it that you want?
I would like a
Sail?
sail.
Okay. and
Plus
then
a smokestack.
Smokestack, right?
Yeah, the bonus.
Sail and a smokestack. There
Thank
you
you.
go. Got a lot of those, huh?
Yes, that is me.
What are you
Back
doing?
to you.
All right, let's pick this one up. Let's shift it down.
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's a lot to manage here, you know?
Yeah, this conveyor belt system.
Yeah. Well, no income. I'm going to go ahead and just build the ship. Let's do
okay.
it. So let's get some things going.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Build away.
Build away.
mean-
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to be real cheap here. So I'm going to go 1
Okay.
for sure. 2 and 3. So let's
Okay.
go like that. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Nothing. They cost me...
2. They cost you 1 each.
1 each.
So it's 2 total.
Oh, how awful. All right.
No sterns, huh?
And no stern. Well, I have one already here. There's
right.
no need. Okay, so let's
Don't
go
want to plan ahead.
Not for you.
Okay.
There you go. 1, 2, and then, oh, gosh, do I just drop this in here? I might have to just drop that in there. Okay, that's it.
There we go.
Ay.
So we're like 1.5 rotations
Yeah.
until the end.
There you go.
And so low on money.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm going to go here. I'm going to hire an employee.
Okay.
So this is going to go here, and I'm taking this employee that gives me 1 additional speed for every 2 sails
On the same boat.
on the same boat.
Very
Yes.
good, very good. Look at this money come in this way, though. That's
I know.
perfect.
That's so. I thought about it.
I know.
I did.
But
It is what it is.
money, please.
So are you going to rent a canal, or are you going to recruit crew? Those are your options if you want money.
They are my options. You know, I'm going to take the canal. So can I have 3, please?
Okay.
And
So-
then I will not be able to take the extra action because I'm going to be spending 2, unfortunately. Very unfortunate to have to take this,
This one?
Yeah.
It's the one with the blue.
This thing, it has buoys and it has that blue ribbon thing. So
Yeah.
I need this to be a thing. So the way I see it is with this employee,
Yeah.
I can get this stoker on, which is going to go 1 stoker plus this smokestack, which I'm already going to designate here.
Okay.
I'll just designate this employee onto there. So that means my speed will be a minimum of 4. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need to find a 5th way.
Okay.
Need to find a 5th way. So that's going to be it for me. So then it's going to go back to you.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you. So I could also gain a bunch of income if I recruit crew, but I don't really want to do that right now.
Yeah.
All right, the money is too good. I'm going to recruit a crew member, and I'm just going to recruit a stoker.
Stoker?
Who I, maybe in the future.
Maybe.
Maybe in the
if you
future.
built a
if I'm
stern.
able to build another ship,
Yeah.
just maybe. So I do collect three of
1, 2,
these.
3. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to take a 5.
Okay.
Back 2. And I will spend the 6 to take a bonus action.
What will that be?
I'm going to hire an employee.
Okay.
So this is going to go here. I'm going to spend an additional coin so that this can go here, and I can take this
It's a good one.
employee. This employee allows me to put 2 smokestacks on the same base.
Yes.
So
You're finding a way to make speed
yeah.
out of it.
Yes, without having to build out a really large ship. All right, that's it for me.
Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and slide this over. This shipbuilding goes to the edge here. The next one that's going to slot in, Monique. Okay, I got to do it while I need money, so I'm going here.
Okay.
So we're going to slot this over into this. So coal is worth 4. So I have 2 coal and 1 fabric. So I'm going to take 8 coins because I'm going to take 4 times 2 for both coal.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, needed it.
Okay, there's
Sheesh.
8.
8, thank
And then
you.
your carpet,
My carpet. Yeah, my carpet is going to be, I'm going to take a sail.
a sail?
Yeah, I'm going to take a sail because it's just way too expensive to get back to a sail.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and grab one of those. And now I need to find a way to put it on there. All right, so this goes to you. That's out. I've used
Okay.
it. I have money now. Now's the time to I'll spend 6 to take the gain a commodity action, which is going to be actually a 7th one because I'm going to take 3 of these.
3 of the wheat.
Yeah. So there
Okay.
we go. Now I have that.
Interesting. You're trying to do it again.
Well,
I see.
the way I see it is that's one of the ways I can get a captain is by spending one of the wheats and then also getting money and doing other things. That's it for me. Goes to you. Here you go.
So this is going to fall
This
now,
should
right?
probably most likely fall in. There it is. It's slotted in. Okay, so this
So we
cube is
remove
out.
1.
So now we have one more cycle.
We have 1 more cycle. When it falls again, then we finish it out so that
Right.
players have had an equal number of turns. And then we each get 1 last action.
Yeah.
And then at that point, if you can build a ship with maximum 1
One
missing
empty space.
space, then you can complete it.
There you go.
All right, I have to build a ship. I
Shipbuilding.
must. I must do it.
What are you doing?
All from the free area here. So I have to take a stern. I must.
You must.
I'll take a stern. I'll go cannon. This is a cannon spot.
Yeah.
So that's going to go there. So I am closing this out.
Okay.
And then I'll take the front,
Yeah, makes sense.
a bow.
Then you can just
just
put it
gonna
there.
place it
Yeah.
there.
Smart.
Okay.
There you go.
So I've taken 3.
Okay.
That is it. These
That's,
slide down.
These all slide down.
This is going to be hilarious if it doesn't have a
Oh, it doesn't have it.
That was Stoker cabin. I swear there are sterns in there.
Ah,
There's a
Stoker
bunch.
Cabins.
Huh?
Stoker cabins.
Stoker cabins. Sorry, there's a bunch of Stoker cabins that are on sterns. We just
There's not there.
haven't been drawing them, which is kind of
I'm
fun.
glad I have this employee that allows me to put one on the boat somehow.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Per boat, yeah.
Well, this is a completed ship. So
Okay.
now I must
are you doing
go on
over
a
here?
shakedown cruise. I have a
Okay.
captain. I have a businessman.
Okay,
I can place my cannon here.
sure.
Unfortunately, I withheld that crane and I shouldn't have.
Hmm.
So I deeply regret that.
Oh, because you
But-
held it back again.
I can place these 2 sails here. And because of my employee,
Not that one. Yeah.
this
to the left.
these 3
There you go.
I'm going to be using.
Okay.
Such hardworking employees here.
Yeah.
I can stack 2 stokers on the same base. So
Look at you getting speed.
that's
somehow.
that. Okay, let's calculate speed, shall
Okay,
we?
Sure.
I am missing a stoker, clearly.
So you're going to
So
follow
I'm-
this path.
I have a base of 1 speed.
Okay.
I gain an additional speed per sail, so that's
2,
2,
3.
3.
It's good.
And then an additional 1 per stoker, which I don't have, and 1 more for every
2
2.
smokestacks.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
I have an employee that gives me 1 speed for every 2 sails, so that's 5, and then 1 more for
Unbelievable.
6.
6.
So I have a I have a speed of 6. I
at you.
I have a captain, and I can definitely complete this journey. So I'm going to be scoring.
Wow.
So I'm going to score my speed now.
6.
So 15 goes to 21.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 point per crew.
Crew.
So 2 points.
Yep.
1, 2.
Okay.
2 points per cannon.
1,
so another
2.
1, 2. And now we sail.
Okay.
So I'm already headed in the direction
Yeah.
that I'm going to be going in. So it's 6.
6.
1, 2. So that's for lifeboats.
You have
I have
one lifeboat.
1. There's that. 3, 4, 5. This is
5.
for cranes and businessmen. So I have 1.
You made it work, Moni.
And then
Look at this. Get
6 on this last spot here.
kill
I don't
it.
have to choose a direction yet.
No.
So I can just sit there. And that is a blue ribbon spot.
You got
which
the
is gonna
max
score
again.
me 6 points.
Ah.
So 1, 2,
Oh, I'm
3,
getting
4, 5, 6. Okay,
Nice.
this goes out. That's done. All right.
Oof.
That's it for that ship.
That was
I've built
good.
2.
You built 2. That's
Okay.
good.
And that's the end of my turn.
Dang.
So
Did it?
having feelings.
I don't like that.
You're
I
about
don't-
to score. And you scored the
I need a
huge
captain.
hot dog
There's
ship.
no captain.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that,
you
that
need a
has already
captain.
been scored. We can see it on the scoreboard.
Well, you have money.
I have
You have
5.
some sweet.
5 money. Not a lot of money. Okay, so we're gonna take this down.
Yes.
Just gonna move this on over. Whoops.
That's
Oh.
really funny about the stern. I cannot
I
believe
know.
that there was no stoker captain there.
Ay, ay, ay. I do not want to do this, but I will do this.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
take this triple coal.
Interesting.
Not very good, but I'm taking it.
Okay.
There's
I
that.
wonder why you did that.
Because I get 1 income right now.
Oh, okay.
An income,
Ah, good thing
which
you
gives me
remembered
the
that.
6, yeah.
There you go.
Which gives
now
me the
you can
6.
take your bonus out. You can do that now.
And yeah, I'm going to do it now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All of it goes away.
What would you like to do?
I am going to do this action right here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
You're gonna exchange your
So
commodity.
this is gonna slide. This skips over this spot and it goes right into here.
So 2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2. Now I need a couple things here. So I know if I'm going onto this slot, I need a businessman as well as a captain. Wheat gets me a businessman and a captain. So if I do captain, businessman, and then the last one is going to be one of those cranes, which is exactly what I need.
So you're just getting
1,
all
2,
3 of
3.
these.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That
crane,
worked out.
which is going to go here.
Yeah.
Businessman, which I think I'm just going to house in there, and then the captain is going to hang out above the boat. So we are eligible to sail once I can slot something in right over here.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for me.
All right. Well, then it goes back to me.
You. Okay.
And this is truly our final rotation. When this falls in the hole
Yeah, then we
is
both have-
game end. So we don't have
Yeah.
that much time.
No.
And I'm going to hire an employee. So I'm going here. This is going to move 1 space, and I'm going to take this. So this is the same thing as this employee, except you can place 2 sails on the same base.
Nice.
So
So you're finding speed in other ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Pretty good.
All right, back to you.
All right. Let's slot this over. Let's go ahead. Just every tick of this wheel is making me more and more nervous.
Yeah, we really don't have any time.
Gosh, I think I have to take it. I have to take it. So I'm going to get 2 coins.
Okay.
You
There
have
you go.
all those things that need you to have equipment, and I can't just let you have that.
Mm.
So if I just get a free move over, it's just cannon, right? Let's take a cannon.
That's it.
I have a soldier here on the next ship, so we'll just hopefully get them slotted in together.
All right.
There we go. All right, so you're going to go here. Ship building goes to the back.
It's a tough part of the game that we're in right now because
Nobody wants to give the other person money.
yeah, I feel like there's tension, but it's a different kind of tension. It's like I
tense,
feel like
man.
we're pulling or we're pushing against each other, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go here. I don't really want to do any of the options that I have here, but it's just so hard not having money.
Businessman.
I'm gonna recruit a businessman.
All right.
Please.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, back to you.
Okay, let's take this over here. Let's move this on down.
It's getting closer.
It is. I got to build a ship here, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think I have to. So shipbuilding.
Okay.
So I'm going to take 3 parts. I think I'm definitely going to want to finish this one off. So I know my speed with this is going to be 5 total because I have 4 here. The sail will make it 5. So I'll be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will have one of my little blue ribbons.
You will.
I don't like the fact that you're the only one doing it.
You should have it. You deserve it, Naveen.
You're right. I do. So this one right here, I'll take. That's going to cost me, unfortunately, 1 coin, one very valuable coin. But if you're not spending it, what else are you doing with them? So
that's true.
There we go. That's going to go there. Let me just make sure I don't make this mistake, and I'll just drop that in there. Perfect. Looks good. Then I'm going to be very frugal, very cheap. I'm going to go here 1. And then, unfortunately, I'm going to do this. So maybe you can find something, Monique. I don't know.
Maybe I can.
Maybe.
Exciting times.
Yeah, how many turns do I have? I think I have enough to do this.
Also, when we removed the cube, was that empty?
I feel like this has been just clogged up this whole time.
Okay, we're really bad at remembering that.
We'll find out way later.
Yeah, that's a tough part to remember.
That is a hard
It's not
part to
written anywhere that I can see.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's refill this.
Come on.
So we're going to do
blank.
The stern last.
Blank.
For the element of, this is the stern.
Blank.
Surprise. Ready? Haha.
Perfect.
What is going on?
Well, there you go.
That is so strange.
That's too bad for the stokers, huh?
Yeah, that is
They can't
too
even get
bad.
on board unless you have this employee.
Wow, that is wildly unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, you completed the ship?
Yes, and it'll be at the very end of the game. I'll show you exactly why that's kind of unfortunate as well.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this is gonna might be a contract.
So cryptic. Okay.
So this is gonna go up like that. So this is what we're gonna be scoring. So we have a captain, and we are gonna make it across this thing. So okay, let's talk about the speed.
Okay.
So I do have the ability to put a stoker in on my ship.
Yeah.
Because of this employee right here. This one allows me to have it on the ship only once ever, without having them in a cabin that is designated for them.
Beautiful.
So 4, 5. Right? So
Yeah.
we have a total of 5 speed. So let's go ahead and just score the 5 speed.
Yep, you score 5, so you're at 22.
22.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue on. So crew members,
Yes.
I believe I have 2, not the stoker. So that's another 2 points.
Another 2 points. And then you get 2 points for each cannon and crane.
Crane. So just
2 more points. All right.
Keep it going, Naveen.
Now go and sail.
Sail. Okay, so we have 1. So I'm on this crane. So I have a crane with the businessman.
So 2 more points. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. The buoys. I have
you
1,
have a lot.
2, 3 buoys.
1, 2, 3.
And then we're gonna go 4, 5, and I hit that blue ribbon spot on the helm.
So for 5
another
points,
5 points.
so 36.
36.
Nice.
Okay. And I think that's everything.
That's it. So now you go ahead and discard your...
This one is
the tile
out,
that you left.
so I can just keep
put it
this
off to
over
a stack,
here.
yeah.
And then this, I will just kind of slot over here and make sure I don't ruin everything. You don't have to watch me doing this. All right, that's it.
All right. Congrats.
So that's it for my turn. Here you go.
Thank you.
Sorry, there we go.
What to do?
I know.
No Stoker access.
No.
Okay. I guess I will just go here and I gain 2 income.
2 income, yep.
That's important.
Yep.
And do I spend it? Maybe I spend it.
Okay.
Maybe I spend it just on this this tile here.
Does it have one of those ribbon things?
It does, but I have to decide where to place it. That's the issue. You know, I'm going to do this instead.
Whoa.
I'm just going to go like that because
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
We'll see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do it again?
I don't know.
Find a way?
I don't know if I'm going to make it. This is one of those high risk, high reward moments.
Yeah.
Where it's probably
You're like
a stupid
four
move.
more turns,
Probably
I think?
not
Roughly
smart.
4 more turns? All right. So
Yeah.
let's move this over.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I have to refill this.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
You need them all, but for some reason, sometimes on some of your
Yeah.
turns, none of your options are good. Like
Yeah.
they're all bad.
I'll take this, unfortunately. I'll pluck this one off.
You're the commodity tile king,
I know.
king of the commodities.
Thank you. Yes.
All right.
There you go. All right. 1.
Thank you.
There you go. And it was this one, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Oh, that's so good. You know that
set
I can't
myself
take
up
that
for
action.
that action. Yes. Yes.
All right. It is what it is. Might as well go here.
Yep.
So this moves here.
smokestack.
I take 2 smokestacks, please.
1 because of the action,
One
and
'cause
1
the
for
action.
your employee.
My employee.
Wow, look at you, double
Thank
smokestacking.
you. Yeah, double
Which is good for
smokestack.
you because of
'Cause I can't
speed.
Utilize my stoker.
Yeah.
Back to
okay,
you.
back to me. So I'm gonna slot that one there. Shipbuilding goes to the end. Which is dangerous, scary. And then now I have to take this action here.
Okay,
so
so
I have
2.
2 coins.
There you go.
if I didn't take that action, then I would have made a big mistake. So let's go ahead and slide that over. Yep.
So 1, 3, 3.
Yeah. So I have a double wheat and a coal. Now wheat is how I get a captain. Because there's no guarantee I'm going to get a captain. So I'm going to take 3 coins, 1 captain, and then the coal gets me a smokestack. So 1 smokestack, 1 captain, and 3 coins, please. Captain, smokestack, and then 3 coins.
There you go.
Thank you.
So good. So good.
Let's put this one here, just right now. This captain can hang out there, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will not spend the 6.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not going to spend the 6.
Surprising.
Not right now. Yep.
All right.
Surprising, huh?
Back to me. Thank you.
There you go. Okay.
I don't want to hire an employee right now, but that's the money-making enterprise for me. Well, 1 guilder, I guess. It's not amazing. So I guess I'll just recruit a crew member. I need a captain. Everyone needs a captain.
Captain, you need it.
So captain,
because you don't have a captain, right?
I didn't have a captain. All right.
Captain check.
Back to you.
All right. So let's slot this over. This one can now move on down, which is good. Do I want to? Oh. Well, let's see. I have this ability here. So if it's going to go here, it's going to be 1 up to 3 away.
Oh, wait. And the cube fell in. This is a hole.
Oh.
So this is your last regular turn. After you finish your action, I am going to get to take my turn, a standard turn, and then in turn order, we're going to get 1 last action each, and then possibly...
And in that last action, you cannot spend the 6 at the time.
You cannot spend a 6. That's correct. Yeah. So this is your last chance to spend your coins on a bonus action.
The problem is, okay, knowing that, I'm going to go here.
Okay.
So I'm going to get 2 coins as income.
Yes. Ugh. This is not working out.
Yeah, 1, 2. There we go. And then I am going to move this over. I'll just slot this over here. And then this is worth 1 point. I might as well just take it.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll take it for 1 point. This basically says that whenever I take this particular action, I get an extra coin anytime I utilize wheat. So I have all coal. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to do that.
Okay.
But then I will spend 6 because this is the last time I can do this, right?
This is the last time you can do that.
4, 5, 6. So getting that income was big for me.
All right.
So I definitely want this one. So it's going to be 1.
Okay.
I'm just going to slot this in here, and I just want to load it now. So it's cannon and soldier.
Oh, you're building. I see.
Yeah, I'm just going to build it right now. 1, 2. So that's 1.
Wait, you have to pay.
1 coin.
You have to pay for that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will just take these 2 right here.
Oh, okay.
2, 3.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not ready to ship out because I don't have enough route. With
you won't be able to.
Yeah.
You won't be able to score.
So I'm gonna put the stoker onto this ship right here. Yeah.
All right.
Didn't like it.
1,
didn't like what I did there.
2, 3. Boom. Okay. I have so much regret about that.
Well, here
I
you
got
go.
a little too. Thank you.
Excited.
This is my last action.
This is your last
standard action.
Standard action, right? Well,
Yeah.
the thing fell in, right?
Yeah, it did.
So I think that's it, right?
No, you the next person is the last person because you started the game. So we have to have an equal number of turns. So this is the last action in the game. Or last standard turn. Okay. Anywho.
Where if you had 6 coins, you could spend 6 coins. I see.
Right. Well, I guess I'm building a ship.
Yeah.
The end of the game for me is gonna be such a big poo-poo.
Oh, poo-poo. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's see it.
You know, you have such plans, but it's one of those games where sometimes plans don't come to fruition.
They get foiled.
So I don't have any money.
Okay.
These 2 can go here. I at least have a captain. I'm definitely going to be able to
captain.
sail this. I'm going to take this.
All cheapies.
Oh, sorry, not this one. This one.
Okay, 1.
Because I do have a crane.
Sure, might as well slot it on there.
Might as well send the crane.
Okay. So that's 1.
Then I'm going to take this stern.
Sure.
I'm going to place it here. And oddly, I think I'm going to take a bow.
Yeah.
Just to prevent my ship from getting completed.
Yes.
Because I don't want to have to send it off now.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite ready. All right. That's it.
That's that, huh?
Maybe we'll finally
Yeah.
see a Stoker cabin.
So that's it. The game is technically the end is
Naveen.
triggered. Oh, look at that. Look at
It's
that.
a Stoker cabin.
Yeah.
Way too late. I cannot believe the next Stoker cabin we pulled was at the very end of the game.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right. Well, that is it. That now it is truly the end of standard turns. So, Naveen will get one last action of your choice, whatever you want.
It has to be getting a canal, I think.
I will afterwards.
It has to be canal because this slot right here is going to come to me for free. I don't have to worry about it because that's the way the end game works.
Okay.
Right now, the way I see it is I have a total of 4 speed.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. That's not good enough when I have an unsafe boat. So I think my hand is tied. I have to take a canal.
Okay.
So I only have 1 coin. I do happen to have a soldier and a cannon, and the only one that I see that I can actually do with a soldier and a cannon is this one.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to spend my 1 coin.
Yeah.
There.
That worked
And then I think I need to slot this in a way. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any way I can... I don't think there's a way for me to get to this plus any lamps or anything, right? Because of this combination here with no other benefit.
No, because this is your back, right? You have to go this way. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
It's not. It's in the middle. No, you're 1 speed short.
1 speed short. That's okay.
Same for the other lantern.
Yeah, just same for the other lantern. Yeah. I don't even have a lantern on this boat. That's okay.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, then it goes to me for my last action. And by the way, I just realized I don't think I needed to take this.
I don't think so.
Because you build up to 3.
Up to 3.
I could have stopped at 2, but anywho, I am going to recruit crew. So just the one soldier. Yeah, I have extra cabins.
Yeah, get them on there.
Might as well. And it may come in handy, or they may come in handy for my contract.
Okay.
So that's it.
That's it.
That is the end of the game. Naveen, you are 1 away from completing the ship.
Yes.
So you may do so. And when you complete the ship, you still have to purchase.
Yes. So I'm going to go
the tile.
Real cheap.
Okay.
Let's go. What do you got there? You got a...
What do I got?
Okay, I'll go here. I don't know if you get something going on.
Okay.
I'll take this. All right. Boom.
All right.
We have it.
And then I am also 1 away.
Yep.
I have this empty space here. So, hey.
Oh,
I can score the buoy.
I guess either one of them would have given you a buoy.
Why?
Had I done either one of them, a buoy slots down. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to place that in right there. So, you're supposed to go on your shakedown cruise.
Shakedown cruise, yeah. So, okay, here we go. So, that's going to be going.
Okay.
Let's just put this captain on here to make it nice and clean.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so this is kind of a waste.
That's fine.
That's fine. So we have a captain, so we can sail. We have a total of 4 here.
Okay.
Because of my employee here, that allows me to go on there again without having them in a specific cabin for stokers.
Okay, so 4 speed.
4 speed. Okay, so let's go ahead and score the 4 points.
Okay, so you're going to go to 40.
Yeah, and then I have 2 crew.
Okay,
captain.
so 1, 2.
And then now I believe we are going to just move on
2 more
down.
points because you have a cannon.
Oh, yes, 2 more points. Thank you.
1, 2. Because you don't have a crane, right?
I don't have a crane.
All right.
Do I have a businessman.
Now you sail.
All right, we're going 1, 2, 3. We're on this cannon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get another 1, 2 points.
Okay. 1, 2.
Okay, and then we finish off here.
On a blank space.
On a blank space, looking at that lantern. And I believe that is my game.
All right. Well, you still have your
46.
contract, so there's still
do.
other points to be had,
I
but
do.
I'm going to go on my shakedown cruise as well.
Okay.
I have a captain and surely
I'm assuming you're putting some people in those cabins?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to add these 2
You might
fine
as well.
humans.
They're worth
Stoker.
points.
Sorry, I
You
tried.
stay
I
back.
wanted to bring you.
Yeah.
Could not. Okay. And I don't actually have to stack these. I do have enough space for all.
Look at you.
So my speed, unfortunately, is
Unfortunately.
1 base plus another 1 for...
Yeah, so we followed this pattern here.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't have the stoker
Right.
stack.
So base of 1.
1.
No sails.
No sails.
No stokers.
No stokers.
I have 2
2.
smokestacks. So that's 2
2.
speed plus 1
3.
for my employee. A whole 3 speed.
Hey, 3 is
Don't
great.
spend it all at 1, 2, 3 in one place. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3 crew. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And I have 1 crane.
Crane.
So
Another
it's
2.
another 2.
Okay.
And then we're going to sail. And it's not great because I think I'm just going to go one buoy. Oops.
Huh?
2, 3. That's
Still
it.
alive.
That's all. I didn't even make it onto this tile that I paid 2 guilders for. What a mistake.
Oh,
all right.
What a mistake.
Anyway, that is it.
Yep.
We have reached the end of the game. So shall we go into final scoring?
Sure.
It's going to be fairly straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, we are going to score any points that our employees provide us. I don't have any point scoring employees.
1 point.
So you get 1. Hey,
point.
that's
Hey,
a lot.
hey, 1 point I'll
Look
take.
at this.
Yeah.
The spread. And then we're going to score our contracts. So let's just go back and forth.
You want to do the red ones first?
Sure.
All right. So this one wants me to have a bunch of boats in my fleet. So lifeboats. So this is kind of the scale. So for
your fleet, by the way, are the completed ships, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? So not the ones that you didn't get to place.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 4 gets me 6 points.
Nice.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're at 53.
53.
Okay. My red contract wants me to build a specific size of ship.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm now realizing. Oh, no. I had it right. For some reason, I thought the number was specifically for the middle tiles. These represent the size of the ship.
Okay.
And I'll score a certain number of points depending on how many of this set I was able to do.
Look at this thing.
So I did a 6, a 5, and a 4. And so for 3 of them, I score 13.
That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. So 13 was at 55?
Yeah.
So 55.
Ooh, I don't like that.
All right, blue contract. This is the final point scoring thing.
All right, so the whole Stoker thing was really a bummer because I had this one right here. So 3 points for every Stoker in your fleet, meaning I need to have them on ships. I eyed this with this employee right here. But we couldn't house the Stokers, so it just kind of stifled that whole Stoker thing. But I have 1, 2, 3 Stokers total in my fleet, so it's another 9 points.
That's really good, though.
Yeah.
So you go to 12.
So that's what,
you're
62
at 62. All right. Well, I'm going to need help with this one.
Oh, that's bad.
My blue contract wants me to have all of these unique types of items.
Okay.
So it's a crane, cannon, sail, smokestack, and all 4 crew members, but the captain has to be an officer. So a captain that I had placed in a cabin.
Which did not happen, right?
I did not
That's good.
do that. So I have a crane.
Okay.
I have a cannon.
Okay.
A sail,
Oh, no.
smokestack.
Oh, no.
And then of the crew members, I have a stoker, a businessman, and
So you have everything except one thing?
and a soldier. Yeah, everybody
You did
except
great.
for
11.
the officers. That's 11 points. So that
on.
brings me to 16.
16.
So 66.
66.
That is it.
Ah.
Final scores are in. And even though that ending there felt a little rough,
Look at those contracts.
it still worked out.
Those are fantastic contracts.
It's Naveen with 62 to me with
It came
66.
down to the contracts.
Came down to the contracts.
Yeah. I need more boats.
But really, the contracts were what you were doing along the way, right? So maybe
Yeah.
it didn't come down to the contracts. It was all about the preparation.
If I had the yeah, I know. I don't know what I was doing.
We had 3 contracts per color each, so you
Yeah.
had some options to work on for the first half.
Yeah.
And then it is what it is by the end. So.
One of my contracts gave me 3 points for every pair of soldier and cannon on the same ship. So I did that twice. That seems like you got to have a bunch of tiny ships and just make it happen, make it go. Yeah. I really went for a big ship to start off, so I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake
this seemed tough.
I got 17 points out of it, though.
Yeah,
so,
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that is Shipyard 2nd Edition.
Yeah.
Now, again, this is a 2-player game, so the way that the action selection mechanism works in other player counts, including solo, I believe, would be a bit different.
Yeah.
The amount of tiles that you play with, this action tile you'll have access to in a 4-player game. And in higher player counts, the possibility of the game ending via running out of tiles is higher.
I think, yeah.
I don't know how likely it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you seed this board with more cubes depending on the player count.
Yes,
so
that is true.
you are going to have a very similar amount of turns. It's just going to cycle around a little bit quicker, I guess.
Right. But there you go. That is Shipyard 2nd Edition and our first Suchy game in the books.
Officially. I mean, we've done Last Will.
Yes.
Which we covered way back on the channel, like when we were filming in a different area.
That might have been like the second playthrough ever.
It's really,
we've
yeah. It's
ever
going to be
done.
added to the list, though, the Suchy list.
Yes, we're not going to refilm it.
Yeah.
Because these playthroughs take
a long
quite
time,
some
yeah.
time. And we already did it. And I don't think our opinion of it will change.
I like that game. Yeah.
It's very different from this one.
Yeah.
But this game was originally released in 2009.
Yeah.
It's not the first game that, according to BGG, that was released by
second title.
Vladimír Suchý. The first one was called League of Six, I believe. And that was in 2007. So this version of the game, though, came out last year, 2023. I believe that the main differences are purely aesthetic, but there were some minor design changes that they made just for I think maybe like quality of life stuff. Like,
Yeah.
For some reason, they changed one of the aspects to a stoker. So the stoker is new.
Yeah,
to this game.
I guess it used to be a propeller, but it's essentially the same thing. So
functionally the
it
same.
would be a propeller, and it would have its own specific housing for the propeller, very similar to how the stoker requires to be in that blue kind of
the blue cabin,
blue
the stoker cabin.
Yeah.
The way that the round mechanism works is different. So from what I understand, it does not have the cube dropping mechanism with the action tiles. There's like a rondelle thing that you're moving your pawn around.
Yep.
And I think there might be some other minor adjustments. If we're missing anything, please let us know if there was anything major that they changed, because we don't have very much experience at all with the first edition of the game.
We actually have never played the first edition of the
We
game.
haven't,
Yeah.
but it's pretty much the same from what we hear. So then, Shipyard. Let's
yes.
start with theme, shall we? What are your thoughts on the theme?
I like the backdrop of the theme. Building ships in the 1800s, very dry.
Very dry.
My style of game, of course.
Okay. Still very brown.
Very brown.
Yeah.
Love it. In terms of that. So mechanisms is in terms of how does it incorporate to the theme, I don't really see it. But in terms of like the actions and when you can take one of those three options, I don't see how that could be very thematic. But you're building ships, you're taking different components of the ships, putting them together. You're going to have to test them out in the waters before they can actually go on their true voyages for the first time, their maiden voyage. You're trying to have captains and other members of your crew. But in terms of theme, I obviously it could be.
You're trying
anything.
to make it fit.
You could make it fit. That's why it's there. But it's a dry Euro.
It's
obviously.
a dry Euro.
Yeah.
I will say neither of us are very well versed at boats in general. Like Naveen had to keep saying
It's not bow.
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 So
Bow.
keep that in mind. If anybody out there is very, very knowledgeable in especially ships,
Anybody's a shipbuilder out there
from this era, please let us know if you find this to be thematic, because I don't necessarily feel like it's very thematic. And maybe there's some aspects to the theme that we're just missing out on, because there is a bit of a fiddliness to the scoring, that it's like the crane and these two pieces can sit on this base. And when I was learning the game, I was thinking like, why? It just makes it so much fiddlier.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that really has to do with how ships are built.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure there's like housing that like houses a smokestack, right?
Yeah.
But like you're just plucking off the tile that just happens to be in the cheapest slot,
Sure.
in order to make it so that this other tile that you did on this other rondelle fits in, so that you can have speed or so you can have more points. So it's very mechanical.
It's very mechanical. So that is the bit on theme.
I can't complain about theme though.
It is unique.
Dry Euros, I'm fine.
Every other theme we've played, right? But just building ships, first time I've ever played a game like this.
I think so, right? Yeah.
In terms of player count, we've only played this at 2.
2, yeah.
So I imagine it'll feel different in higher player counts, just because things will move more. Like we had an issue with stagnation in terms
in this
of
playthrough, yeah.
the stern, specifically in this playthrough.
Yeah.
The components on the ship tiles are very, very important when it comes to scoring, and having access to things that'll be able to hold a smokestack and having a stoker
yeah.
to get you that speed, also very important. And there are a lot of stern tiles that have stoker cabins on them.
A ton of them.
For some reason, we didn't see any of them.
Didn't come out, yeah.
And there's no flushing mechanism in the game.
Yep.
So at higher player counts, I imagine that'll be better.
Yeah, and my contract wanted me to have these stokers, and that particular housing didn't show up. If I didn't have the employer or the employee that allowed me to put the stoker on, I mean, I just wouldn't have been able to get moving anywhere. So, so that stagnation was a little bit of a problem in this particular play. In past plays, we never really saw that. But I think that could also go down to the very beginning of the game. I built out a really big ship.
Yeah.
Meaning instead of building instead of building 2 ships and then having more come in.
Yeah.
Same with you. You also built kind of your first ship was like a 6er, I think.
It was a 6er.
So it's also fairly big. So we weren't building 2, so then things weren't sliding down as fast as well.
Yeah, and certain aspects, just the middle tiles.
Yeah.
I'll also, for the 2-player game, what I found to be a bit frustrating is the economy. I had struggled so much trying to gain money. And part of it is in the placement of your cubes. Like we just kept on taking the actions that would keep us in a block so that we couldn't gain income.
Yeah.
And so the only other way to gain money is for you to take commodities and exchange them. But Naveen always took that action.
Yeah, but you won.
That allowed you to take the commodities and then and then exchange them. So Naveen had a great, money-making engine, but for some reason I wasn't able to gain as much money when I needed it.
Yeah.
And that was tough. I imagine in higher player counts, it won't be as, maybe not as frustrating in that sense.
Because you can't like fully pin down.
Yeah, you can
just
really
the other person.
pin down a person because if you don't have the money, then you can't take the bonus action, right?
Or
because
you
that's
can't
the only other way.
Like, it's like, I really need that ship tile that's cost me 2 because that's going to be the sweetest thing ever, but I only have 1 coin. Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we can only speculate because we haven't played it at higher player counts, but who knows? Maybe it is also more frustrating not being able to have the option for the action tile that you need, right?
Yeah,
when it comes to your turn.
I can imagine a 4-player game.
Maybe if
you're waiting like
actions.
turn, and you see the one right that you're like, if it just survives,
Yeah.
I can take that turn, and then boom, somebody takes it, and then it just gets shifted to the very back. So
that's also maybe frustrating.
Could be a little frustrating, yeah.
If you've played it at higher player counts, let us know if you have any opinions on the differences.
Yeah, I'm also curious to know how many ships people mostly build
Yes.
when they play the game.
That's true, because I've only been building 3.
3 or 4? 4, like when I kept it
they're
lean.
all tiny.
Yeah, tiny, because you need a captain.
You need a captain every
You
time.
need a captain for every single
and
one.
you really want that speed to really work for you.
Because you score based off speed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I'm sure the more you play this game, the better you'll get at it. But we are not very good at it right now at this
we
current
like the
stage.
scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hopefully that's something.
Yeah, maybe. And in terms of variability, the game has the employee tiles that we played with are one set. For a 2-player game. In higher player counts, there's a second set that you can put out. We chose to randomize these. There is also a fixed setup if you'd like to go with that. So just having them in different combinations in different depots might make a difference on your gameplay. Contracts, though, the game does come with a lot of these.
Yeah, we have a bunch of contracts.
There's also a fixed starting setup for those if you want to use the starting tiles only.
Yep.
We chose to just take 3 random.
Shuffle them all.
And you can decide how you'd like to do that, but there are a lot more that the game came with.
Yeah, I do like I like the way the contracts work in this game, where you have options, and after about halfway through, it's like, okay, now go with the one that you want. Like, it's not
true.
like you're just like stuck with this like one contract and you don't have a decision. I do like the fact that you can kind of tailor your game towards it and try to make it work out for you.
Yeah, and if it's not working out, then you just choose the other one and try to go hard on that, right? So, but other than that, that is it in terms of the variability, because it is a repetitive game.
Yeah.
It does get, for me in particular, it does get a bit samey because, you finish a ship and then you're moving on to the next one.
Do it all over again.
The game is not, in my opinion, the game is not in building the ship. The game is in what happens with the action selection and trying to get the money in order to be efficient and
to take the double turns.
To take the double turn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, to take the double turns and just get the actions when you need them and when to catch the rondelle at a point where you're gaining the ideal crew member or employee, or you're exchanging your commodities at the right time. I think that is where the true game is, in working those bits. You know what I mean?
And you also did really well in the aspect of the game of when you get the canal that you really want. Because you were able to get 2 of those ribbons to their max, which I think basically allowed you to score your speed 2x times 2 different ships that you built. So that was a big part of the game right there. So you made sure you had the money and you were willing to spend it, to make sure that you got exactly the one that you wanted.
Yeah, those scoring parameters are really important on the canal tiles. And so speaking of these, there are a lot of different things that score in the game. And one issue that I had with it is it does feel a bit fiddly, like to remember. I guess the more you play the game, the easier it'll get.
It gets easier,
but
for
especially
sure.
the first time you play the game, and learning the game from the rule book is a bit frustrating.
Yeah. Hopefully this video will help.
But remembering, like, okay, this only scores with that. I need the lantern. No lanterns are coming out. Should I get the buoy? Remembering all the scoring conditions. You remembering that certain things will only fit on certain bases, and kind of having to see that. And I found that to be a bit fiddly.
Graphic design wise, like I don't wear glasses, so like for me, like I can see these very easily, but I don't know if people have a little bit trouble seeing.
Yeah, the symbols are pretty tiny.
Symbols can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge, but once you get used to it and actually can kind of like really look at it and see the difference, then it does definitely become easier.
But because of all those different things that you score, This game gives me supreme analysis paralysis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even just on your turn, you're just choosing one action. And I actually really like the way that the action selection mechanism works in the game, especially at 2, where you can always...
2 it's good, yeah.
You're always blocking out 2 actions behind, and you can kind of see what options...
Like these are your 3 options.
Opponent, and maybe like what action they're probably going to take and sort of plan that way. I think is really interesting. But because of the fact that you're trying to line up so many things to create the perfect combo when you go to sail down the canal, it gives me analysis paralysis.
Yeah, like something like the turn that doesn't feel the best. Like, okay, I might get 1 income, and then I'm just gonna pick up a commodity, and I don't have 6 to like take another turn, and it's like
or you hire a crew member,
and you don't you don't have like an employee that says, well, and you also get something else for it,
and you don't even have a cabin for them.
You don't have a cabin for them. So those feel, but I kind of like the way the game makes you feel that way when like you're taking like every third turn is like this is just a means to an end to get to the next really sweet turn where I now like lay out everything and now everybody can come in and my ship is ready to go.
Yes, and that is where the highs in the game sort of come into play, right? When you actually do meet all the criteria that you want to score.
Yeah.
Now, the way that the game feels, in my opinion, is it feels like an older Euro. And I think it is interesting. It's an interesting decision that they made to republish this one because it does feel like such an older Euro. And I feel like games are not really going in that direction these days, right?
Sure, yeah. So for me, I personally like this game. The first time I played it, I don't think I did like it the first time I played it. But as I played it more and more, the more I enjoy it. Even though we talked about like things getting stuck for a 2-player game, but this was the most that we ever felt certain tiles get stuck. And that happened to be in our playthrough. In previous plays, that did not happen. It's just something that just happened this particular time. I
find the game to be interesting, and I think it is well designed, although albeit a bit fiddly in terms of some of the scoring aspects. But for me, it is a bit repetitive. It's not, so far out of all of these Suchy games that we've played, I would not say that this one is my favorite. You definitely enjoy this one more than I do.
I like this one more than you do, yeah.
I just feel that it runs a bit long, too. And there's just so much cardboard. That's another thing. They redid this, and I do like the design changes that they made.
Unboxing this was a nightmare.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful compared to the last one, definitely.
Sure.
And I like that he implemented the cube dropping mechanism that you see in Praga Cup at Regni. But there's just so much cardboard. Like, you have to build, or I guess you don't have to. But the game comes with the cardboard crane and...
I do recommend this one. If you are going to get this game, I do recommend building the tray. This houses the 4 different types of equipment as well as the 4...
crew members.
Crew members. And this thing is very useful for packing up and maintaining everything,
But it is a ton of cardboard.
Yeah.
But for me, in the end, it's interesting, but just okay. I'm glad I got to play it, though.
Yeah,
We've been really wanting to play this for a long time. We actually own the original.
We own the old one, yeah.
We haven't played it. We're just going to go with the second edition.
I got it like secondhand at like a convention or something. I don't even know exactly where I got it, but you open up that old box and oh boy, there's just cardboard everywhere. So daunting to just play that. So I'm glad we finally got this thing played.
Yes.
But now we know how this game is kind of lines up against some of the other ones that we played.
And it's a great starting point for the series. After this, I believe, is another game that we won't be able to cover, and then Last Will, which we've already covered. And then after that, which is going to be the next game we're filming, is the Prodigals Club. But that won't be for another few weeks, so stay tuned for the rest of the series. We have made a playlist, so if you are interested in following along, feel free to follow the playlist.
Thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.